Interact with what comes transgender hate mail, homosexual hate mail, atheist hate mail. Basically, me reacting to a bunch of screen caps I got from YouTube and even art of comments, comments that are from. We gotta get this correct. Of comments that are in response to comments I made against these deviant lifestyles and a few other things. Trigger warning. Let's continue on here with some hate mail. Hate mail. My gosh, there's a lot of people who are getting things wrong in life and stuff like that. Someone says there are a lot of trans people who are confused. Well, actually, every person who says they're trans is confused because they're thinking that they have to transition to figure their stuff out. Well, to do things better, and they don't. They have to learn to live with the body they have, and learn that that's not what makes them them, and that they can act they want to act without trying to deceive people. There are a lot of people who are not trans who are confused. There they are, but different ways. What do you have someone called a Christian lifestyle? It's normal. That I'd be fine with it because that's what Christianity is. You know what that isn't? It is, but you can't prove it. No, you know that being a Christian is about being in relationship with Jesus and part of your lifestyle. But someone might look at you and say, being a Christian is about this and not doing that. It is, in some ways. Nothing you say to them will change their minds. That's how it was with someone who's trans. When someone says you're living just living a lifestyle, you are. Bad lifestyle, based on lies. The subject can be discussed intelligently beyond the sensationalistic crap that makes all the headlines, beyond the Matt Walsh caricature of most people on both sides aren't up to it. P.S. Clean your room, young man. I say, that's not my room is clean. It's my bedroll. Someone says, I expected to understand your opinion. However, I believe that people should keep the same energy and smile when they say, oh, yeah, when the people successfully overturned Roe v. Wade, which was a bad thing, decided to successfully overturn Loving versus Virginia, Overfell versus Hodges, or civil rights that assured the protection of women and other vast minorities like that are trying to do right now. Tell me that they are actually pro-life. In other words, how would you feel if your rights were stripped away tomorrow? But the problem is that abortion was never a good right. It was a bad right. It was a right made to actually for convenience to continue living a horrible life by killing children. No thanks. Someone says people keep saying that abortions have a lot of dangerous risks. They do. Well, so do guns like reform laws. Yeah, they're not worried about dangerous risks of that. Everything in this world has risks, pros and cons, not just abortions. God told us that those who have been with sin do not have the right to cast stones upon others, no matter how great or small the sin is. A sinner is a sinner. Who am I to dictate their lives like I created them or something? If you're a Christian, you are supposed to hold them back from slaughter. Go on. Many people believe that women are responsible for their own babies. But the government is also responsible. But if the government has failed to support women or the family, they click to blame the parents, and even though they force the woman and the child to get in that position, when in reality the government cannot handle self-responsibility of their own people themselves. The most ironic part of it is that these people who run the government and claim to be pro-life will only seek abortions if their young, innocent children are married and nature just need it. I don't know about you, but that's not pro-life. That's just pro-power and control to dictate others. But when something happens to them, then all the other suddenly gets an exception. Now, if a woman gets an abortion for whatever reason, apart from medical abortion, she must be executed or greatly prosecuted. Just will they overturn Roe versus Simmons just in case the child decides to get an abortion, or will they wait till their 18th birthday? For them, only rule one valid reason to abort only provides proves that they believe that they should decide when a woman should abort. Right? They're supposedly going against abortion. Well, that's completely fair and non-sexist. It's really sad though. If they're unwilling to love their neighbor, even if they have an abortion, they're not of God at the moment. They always assume that a woman is getting an abortion because they do not want to take responsibility. A lot of times that is the case. People have to remember there are multiple people who have been sexually abused still choose to give life to them freely without force. The key word is choice. That is what a pro-choice is actually about, the right to choose. Abortion is already not an easy choice, and it shouldn't be a choice at all. That's exactly here. That is why they need help to heal. They're not about killing babies for the sake of birth control after getting to use protection, sometimes. Then that is someone who wants to avoid responsibility. And those people are pro-abortionists. Also, people who are pro-life are pro-choice too, but they are only pro-choice when it comes to beneficial to them, or not. All I have to say is that people who are or claim to be pro-life, please keep that same no abortion, no matter what energy. Even if I hope not, but stuff happens so fast, the young child or loved one may depend on it in the future. They do not depend on that. It's just about the practice what you preach content for me. I don't know about you or everyone else though. Go. I say, seeing as abortion was never a right, trying to compare it to being able to get to actual civil right doesn't work. Doesn't work. Also, I will always fight against abortion and any other sin. That's what children are supposed to do. Someone says, if you're against abortion, that's all, then fine. I'm not saying that abortion is the most righteous thing a woman can do. I'm not trying to convince you that abortion is right or whatever. I'm not saying that abortion should be the first solution. In fact, I believe that everything else should be considered firsthand. All I'm saying is that this may affect everyone despite gender, race, culture, sexual orientation, no matter how young or old anyone is. This can affect anybody. It can affect anybody. As a Christian, and as Christians, we are supposed to help them, not bash them. I don't know if you know that it matters, but the LGBTQ community and the vast minorities get as much discrimination of women who abort or consider abortions. All I'm saying is don't get surprised when all those are in other cases too. That is all. That's all. Well, we'll see how that works, but yeah, the abortion one was bad news, so that's gone. You gotta get rid of that stuff. Do things right. Personal responsibility is better than that. Okay, well, there it is. Someone says, if you don't want to have a child, then don't do the one thing that creates them. I quoted, it quotes me. If you don't want to have a child, then don't do the one thing that creates them. Well spoken, says this person. And I say, thanks. Someone said, don't give up that day job. And I say, oh, I won't. My videos are so controversial, and they may not get monetized. So it's how do we eliminate rape? And I said, that is possible. We can reduce it by teaching women to defend themselves and men not to get desperate. How do we get rid of forced choice? Well, I said, what's that? It was mentioned in the sermon, forced choice. I don't like the sound of that. Forced choice? Forced choice. What? It's not a choice then. Well, you can't choose not to have sex. What is this, part 3? No, you've been doing this for over a year. I can certainly not say anything changed to an antiquated viewpoint. But I can't change it. At least I can hope to be able to give you some insight of what the other side is to get you instead of blindly hate. Maybe even one day you can deliberately hate. You never know. And I say, this isn't blind hate or transgender lifestyle. It's informed hate of it. I've seen what it does to people, and I want to stop it from killing anymore. And the Bible has plenty of advice on that. Do not lie, Exodus 20:16. Do not covet, Exodus 20:17. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, Psalms 139:14. And the science of anatomy goes along with that. There is a male design and female design of people's bodies, and if the body matches this design, nothing's wrong with it. No matter what, feeling disagrees. Someone says, so because I'm trying to understand, I'll say that I've heard what I've heard to my understanding. So the body is sacred and shouldn't be to be changed. Well, like that, yeah, no. Basically, take what life deals you and learn to cope with the cards you draw. Yes. It is up to your mind to change to suit your body, and you should never be the other way around, whether it's possible. That's pretty much the philosophy here, and I say pretty much, unless it's a physical health problem. And someone says, interesting. I'm glad I can at least wrap my head around your viewpoint then. Out of curiosity, does that listen to things like plastic surgery too? Oh, yes, it's really done to only to change how you look, not to fix the health problem. So I said, well, I can't still speak for why you continue to hate trans people instead of accepting them. I hate on the transgender lifestyle. Not so again. No, not hate trans people. I hate on their lifestyle. It's bad news. But I can at least say I exited with a new understanding of a viewpoint against them. Agree, disagree, so to say. You got a set of codes to live by, and I got to respect that. Let's see if they're religious. Just remember that if someone doesn't want that, don't force it on them. Don't do that. If you think something might hurt someone's feelings or might put them in a worse mental space, maybe you either reword it or pass up going to entirely. No, I can't quite wish you the best of luck on this specific journey because of its nature, but I do hope that you'll find what you're looking for eventually. Even those I go against deserve some closure at the end. So I have a good day for now then. Yeah, so you agree or disagree on that. I say, thanks, you too. Also, you compared the transgender lifestyle of a poor person being willing to get rich. That's not a good comparison, because being rich is better than being poor. Being born with testicles is not better than being born with ovaries, and being born with ovaries is not better than being with testicles. Both are important for our species to continue. Someone says, well, having each has had pros and cons. Being a trans person is looking for whatever, are they better or anything? Yeah, they are. They just want just the one that makes them feel comfortable in their own skin. So the one they think is better. So bad. So they think one is better than the other. Hello. So bad. And then this person says, here, well, I can't say that the answer is yes in a broad sense. Actually, it is. It's more like they don't think one sex or gender is anything like the other. Anything like that is better than the other, but they're going for it. So it doesn't work. They just have the mentality that one is better suited for them than the other. So one is better than the other. Jeez. It's not from a perspective of them not liking one of them. The idea is more that they think one of them fits them better than the middle aspect because they think one's better. Anyway, it's not really by choice. It is by choice because nobody really would choose to have those problems voluntarily. No, they choose to react to their feelings like that instead of like I have, which is saying, nope, those are wrong. The Bible says this is how this is. Science says this is how it is. Leave it alone. No, you're wrong stuff. You're wrong. You can overcome it mentally and get You can't have overcome until you get past it because I worked through dysphoria that way when I was younger. But everyone experiences it to a varying severity and deals with it differently. And like it or not, there are different ways to handle it more